everybody, what's going on? Your host AMF1534 here. Welcome back to Let's Play some more Gran Turismo 2. And we finally got out of having to use that stupid-ass Tuscan Speed 6. Could not take it anymore. We finally beat that thing. And now we're going to start up the Lotus trophy stuff here, so that'll be awesome. In the meantime, I'm installing Tekken Tag Tournament 2. That's kind of a tongue twister. Tekken Tag Tournament 2, all with T's. Good fun. So we need to go buy an Elise right now. That would be something that would be in good taste for us to do at the moment, but which one? I'm gonna say, I mean, 190, is there really a big difference? Ooh, okay, yeah, huge difference there. What about this one? 141, okay, well, alright. I mean, if this one's gonna be the best option, then we might as well take it. That mustard yellow, they really do call it mustard yellow in this one. Man, that looks so good though. But I think that we'll go, ooh, okay, never mind. Yeah, Azure Blue Metallic, we'll take that immediately. Sign me up. But yeah, I've been really into playing Tekken again lately. My friend actually went and bought Tekken Tag Tournament on 360, and so I was over there playing it the other day, and so I was like, dude, I gotta go out and buy this. I actually don't own a physical copy of a Tekken game, which is kind of weird. I figured I would have definitely had one by now, but I don't. I mean, I've been playing it on my computer a whole bunch, but that's a little bit different. It's not quite the same. But that'll be fun though. The whole like tag team idea is different for me. I'm not really used to that whole scenario. I definitely beat it the other night though when I was doing Time Attack. I actually beat all 10 stages. That was pretty sweet. It was more than I had expected. Ugh, God, it scared the hell out of me. And my pick won. All right, yay for me being okay at things. All right, let's check this out. Yeah, I've been like all about trying to get some new games on any of my systems. I actually went and I tried downloading Crash Team Racing a couple nights ago. It was actually last night, now that I think about it. So I tried to download that last night, and when I tried to open the file, like it kind of did like the traditional like game loading screen, like, you know, please do not turn off your system. Like it was about ready to, you know, load up like the main screen or whatever, and it totally ended up not doing it. And it was like, it was kind of creepy the way that it sounded when it was, because it just like started playing off a bunch of like random like in-game noises, which was really weird, and it kind of freaked me out a little bit because it almost sounded like something out of like a creepypasta or something, because like all the voices and the music sounded like kind of distorted, and like it was playing like a little bit louder than it was supposed to, and it was, I don't know, it was like really awkward, and I couldn't really put my finger on it, but I was like, I don't really like that. You get like a really low like C-grade creepypasta written from some high school kid in his mom's basement with that little thing that's happened there. Oh no! That may or may not have been the end of my bid for first place right there. Just because the way that this track is, it's so like, I don't know, it's so open. You don't really have to be, you know, you don't really have to have any sense of being technically sound with your turns and your driving in general, really. I mean, it's something that you can kind of just go all willy-nilly with this, seeing as it was essentially the very first race in the game that we did. And for good reason. I mean, there's really only 2 turns in this entire thing that involve you really having to pay attention to it. It'd be really nice if this guy would get out of my way so I can pass him. There we go. Come on, baby. I'm gonna catch up to you. Oh, spearhead! All right, even though we didn't actually spearhead him, but we did take him over, so that was kind of cool. But yeah, so I ended up going out and I tried to download another copy of CTR, and ended up being the same exact thing. So I don't know, it's kind of a bummer because I loved that game. I had it when I was younger, but I don't know exactly what happened to my copy of it. Probably lost somewhere in the giant pile of shit when I moved first time around, when I moved out here to Kaiser from Salem. I think that just somewhere in there, because I lost a whole bunch of things when I moved, which I think happens to everybody when they move. There's always something that you're like, oh, I wonder where that went. And you're like, I know where it went. It went straight to hell. Damn it! No. Okay, actually not so bad. I thought that they were just going to be like right on my ass, but they weren't, which is fine. I don't really need cars on my ass, which is kind of a weird thing to think about. I got a really good feeling about today's episode. I got a feeling in my gut that we're gonna do really, really well today, which quite the contrary on my previous episode where we tried to give a good old-fashioned tribute to Mr. Walker and the guy that was also in his car that absolutely nobody has been talking about because he wasn't really famous. That's kind of sad, you know, when you actually think about that. Like, everybody's like, oh my god, R.I.P. Paul Walker. I totally did the same thing, too. I'm not going to say that I'm not exempt from this, because I totally did it yesterday. Everybody's like, oh my god, R.I.P. Paul Walker, it's so sad. And, like, nobody, I don't think really anybody yesterday, and maybe even people now, have really even thought about the fact that there was totally another guy in that car that was driving that nobody really even ever thought to be like, oh, well, because everybody's like, oh, prayers out to Paul Walker's family. It's like, well, what about the other guy? Like, are we seriously going to forget about him just because, you know, he's not famous? Or not as famous, I guess? Ooh, hello. Oh, but that blue, though, I can't get away from that blue. I can't. I just can't. But yeah, like it's kind of sad that that's how it is. Like people will remember you if you die in a car crash and you're famous, but people won't. I mean, but if there's another guy that's not as important in there, then everybody's just like, oh, fuck that guy. I mean, what'd he ever give me? Nothing. That's what. But yeah, prayers out to that guy's family too. I don't know who he was or, you know, what he did, or even if he even had family. He may not have even had any family, but I would imagine if you're a guy that's pretty well off, you know, then you're probably gonna, I mean, in one way or another, you're probably gonna have some family. You know, and usually guys, 9 times out of 10, if you're well off, you probably have a wife, unless you're just the biggest douchebag in the world. And even then, just because you're a douchebag, that doesn't mean you're not gonna have a wife. I mean, sometimes even the wife is a douchebag, because that's possible. It's even more possible for a woman than it is for a man to be a douchebag, because women actually use them. Ever think about that? Man, this thing is taking forever to install over there. It's the only thing I've never liked about PS3s is that whenever you get games that, whether they be old or, you know, even newer ones, like you still have to like install a lot of like different game files into your hard drive, and I can't stand that. It's like, just, you know, put it in and play it. I mean, that's one thing that I absolutely adore about older consoles, that you never had to do that. You didn't have to install a bunch of shit. You played it directly off the cartridge or the disc if it was like a PS2 or a GameCube. I mean, there was no installing things. But hey, that's when you get greater technology that it requires stuff like that, then, you know, you gotta roll with it. But it's just a little bit of a slight inconvenience, but it actually works out fine because it's not like I'm playing it right now. It'd be quite impressive if I was able to, you know, smash people's skulls in with Huarong and Forest Law while sitting here driving the Rome circuit at the same time. That would be something that only a man that would either have more, I mean, that's something that only probably Goro or Kintaro from Mortal Kombat could do, because they have multiple arms, or, you know, me if I was able to be proficient in using my feet to control video games with, because then I could do both of them. But I'd also have to have probably 4 eyes so that I could, you know, because I'm definitely not like a lizard. I can't take my right eye and just be like, and have it focusing on the other TV, because that's the noise that you make when your eye does that, by the way. It's like an old grunting man, just... Alright, 60% over there? Come on. I mean, meanwhile, we just slayed that trophy. I mean, that was easy as pie. And I'm cool with that. I got no problem with that whatsoever. Yeah.
Tongue lashings?
Yes, tongue lashings. Maddie just walked in, by the way, in case I'm not just talking to the wall. I'm actually speaking to another human being.
I'm not here.
I'm not here. No, actually, my mind is projecting that onto you at the moment. Yeah, dude, that was only $10.
Yeah.
At GameStop, so that's pretty sick.
It's a good deal.
Black Friday, you know, Black Sunday deal.
Black Sunday.
It's actually really bad out there, so it kind of would suffice for being Black Sunday. All right, so
I like
we got.
lights.
I know. We haven't even done ours yet. We haven't even done the penis lights out on the front yard yet.
That's always funny.
I know. That's the only reason why I like living here.
John's didn't give me a fork. I'm gonna go bomb their place.
Don't bomb their. You're like their best customer. You can't go bomb them to death. They didn't. How are they not gonna give you a fork? I mean, I guess you are gonna be here where like you actually have real forks. It's one thing I never did particularly like about getting like stuff to go for food is that hold on a second, there's another page full of stuff here. Oh no, those are all that Motorsport Elise though. Hold on a second, let me see that. I do love the fact that Lotus they so that's what that other guy was driving. Okay, I understand now. I was like, well, why is his different? I already looked at the other ones and they all were like non-spoiler cars. Well, that's cool. I understand now. I love that Lotus names all of their cars after, or at least most of them, like they could be like women's names. Like Elan, I believe, is a name in some country, and Elise, obviously, I know a couple of girls named Elise, which one of them's super hot. God, they're all mustard yellow. I don't need new aluminum. What about old aluminum? Yes, old aluminum. My God, I can't even talk anymore. Let's see, here we go. Let's go throw all the regular stuff in here. We can do that. Maybe throw the old turbo in there. I feel like none of these cars lately have had intercoolers available to be put in them. Like, I'm trying to remember the last car that I bought that you could actually install an intercooler in. I'm wondering why that is. Just like, is it like regular for most cars to not have like compatibility for intercoolers, or is it just me? I don't know. All right, let's go jump into we have just enough time to do the regular race for this. I'm not going to be able to do the racing edition of this one. We'll have to save that for another time around, but at least we did well today. Our winning percentage is a nice solid 100 today, and that's all a guy could ask for. I love how slow that thing goes up. Just mirrored, does the back of this thing kind of look like a Toyota Celica, like an older one, like kind of like a 1997 Toyota Celica. Maybe it's just like the lighting situation there. It kind of makes it look that way. Well, look at this little thing out here. Get that little cardboard box taken out for a spin. I have a feeling that I'm going to totally rape these guys. And I mean like physically sticking my wiener into them. Could be one of the two of those. Yeah, maybe I'm not going to totally blow them away like I was thinking, but it seemed like it just like from the get-go there. Realistically, I should, though, because I definitely, in every way, have the superior vehicle here. And I don't think any of the other 5 cars in this are using the same car as me. I think they're all using that really shitty older model. Which is fine. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and tell them that they can't do that, because if they're all using the same car as me, then I wouldn't have any sort of advantage. So that's fine, you know? That's cool. Do what you got to do. You get a fork? What'd you get? You just get the General So, or what?
Whoa! I got the dinner smash. Sour pork and fried rice.
Alright. I don't know why that sounded so weird to me.
Armenian is good.
What? Which one? Like the sodas or anything?
Yeah.
Well, I know that you're a big fan of flat soda, so both of those Coca-Colas are probably flat by now. That Ruby Red Squirt's been in there for probably about 3 to 4 months, so I don't think you'd really want to drink that. I'll bet you there's only just a little bit left in it, though. Because I bought those a couple months ago. I take that back, by the way. There is another guy that's using the same car as me, but mine is faster. So that's cool. I'm going to lose to Kurt, by the way. I really am. Unless the absolute unthinkable happens and
Like 4 people left.
he only needs 8 points to beat me.
I was almost about to lose, and then Andre Brown had a really good game.
Did he?
Yeah, he had 2 touchdowns.
Nice. Well,
I'm up by 20 he has no one left at Seattle Heat, so unless Drew Brees just goes off, Seattle has negative 21 points.
Well, that's not going to happen.
And they're at home.
Yeah, they don't even lose at home. So here's the skivvy. Because yes, here's the underpants of the situation. Burke actually told me about this. He says, so in the event that I lose and Jake loses, we'll be in a or actually if I lose and Jake wins, we'll be in a tiebreaker, but I'll beat Jake because of points. And because of the fact that Burke's going to lose to Andy, then I still get the playoff spot. Dude, that game was nuts. I think Andy might end up getting 180. He very realistically can do that.
Because I think I had the high score.
Yeah, twice.
I think the highest I got was 168.
He will. If Drew Brees has a regular Drew Brees day, he's going to get it.
That's insane.
Dude, he had 2 wide receivers with 42 points.
Who was it? D-Bar didn't start Eric Decker.
I know, and Decker had 42, didn't he? And like 100 and something. Dude, I'm so pissed I got rid of Josh Gordon. I had him for like the first like 3 or 4 weeks of the season.
You got a couple people on your bench.
Yeah, I would have only. Yeah, I definitely should have. Yeah, I usually start him too. I just decided not to because the Cowboys' D is usually pretty good. But that turned out to really not be the case at all. And then Roethlisberger would have only been a difference of 6, but that would have been at least enough to be a little more comfortable with it. So, whatever. Whatever. I went and ruined it for myself, but I'll still make the playoffs.
I think I'll finish in second place.
And I think that Rodgers will be available for week 1 of the playoffs, so thank God.
I think Marcus could lose this week, too.
To who? Who's he playing? Colby? Nice.
He's losing to Colby right now. He's projected to lose.
I mean...
It wouldn't matter. He'll still finish.
No, it definitely would not matter at all. Alright, guys. Well, I've run out of time for this episode, so when we come back next time on Let's Play some more Gran Turismo 2, we get to knock out the racing-style course of the Elan Trophy. And then we'll knock out... I think we're about ready to knock out the rest of North City, and then I think the only thing left after that is East, and then the game is over, I think.
The last 5 minutes of that video is conversation.
I know.
Doing nothing about the game.
No, that's how most
With regards to Ellen Trophy.
Yes, the Ellen DeGeneres Trophy. Alright, guys, so, yeah, that's what we're going to do when we come back, and until then, this is your host, AMF1534, saying thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time. Take care.